Hi, it's American Leanne, and you're watching episode 8 of the Modern Girl's Guide to Sewing. In this video, we'll be teaching you how to gather fabric. Gathering is used for creating ruffles, ruching, or making a gathered elastic waistband like this one. This first gathering method creates ruffles that look like this. Start with a strip of fabric with little to no stretch. If you're adding ruffles to an existing project, remember to hem before you start gathering. Take your fabric and sew 2 temporary basting stitches. The first 1/4 inch from the edge, and the second 1 inch from the edge. As you learned in our stitches video, a basting stitch is a temporary and extra wide stitch. Once you have your 2 rows sewn, hold the top threads taut and push the fabric away from you like this, bunching it up. Spread out the gathers evenly as you go. When you're done gathering, place pins along the fabric running perpendicular to the stitching to hold the gathers in place. Then shorten your stitch length back to normal and stitch in between your 2 basting stitches, pulling out the pins as you go. Now you can rip out those 2 basting stitches with your seam ripper. The second way to gather fabric is called ruching. Ruching is especially great when creating maternity clothes. You'll often see ruching along the sides of maternity tops and dresses for added growing room.
When ruching, you'll need a 1/4 inch wide elastic. Decide how long you want your ruching to be and cut a piece of elastic to that size. Stretch the elastic tight, pin along your seam allowance, then sew down the middle of the elastic with a straight stitch, attaching the elastic to the seam allowance. You'll have to stretch the elastic tight as you sew. When your seam is finished, let go of the elastic and your fabric will ruche.
You'll use a similar method when creating a gathered elastic waistband. Line up the elastic with the edge of your fabric. Pin one side to hold it in place, then stretch the elastic taut and pin it the rest of the way down, placing a pin every few inches. When you let it go, the fabric will gather. To sew it together, stretch the elastic taut so that the fabric lays flat as you sew. Stitch down the center of the elastic using a normal stitch. Once you've completed the seam, the fabric will gather, like this. And that's it. 3 easy ways to gather your fabric. So easy. So easy.